Hi there, Vee Gang, it's a girl Vee Moetsi, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If this is your first time coming through to my channel, I'd like to say thank you so much for coming through. Remember to like, subscribe, and comment. And if you're a regular subby, welcome back. So what are the differences between a postgraduate degree and an undergraduate degree? In this video, I'm going to share more about this. Stay tuned for more. I'll be right back. Subscribe! A master's degree is a step up from a bachelor's degree. It requires students to engage in more research-based methods of acquiring knowledge and independent study whilst focusing on a particular subject for specialization. The transition from an undergrad degree to a postgraduate degree can be so daunting, but there is no need for you to fear because it's just a matter of you getting enough knowledge about a master's program before you get started. Basically, a master's degree is supposed to build up upon the knowledge and the skills that you acquired during your bachelor's degree. So it's a step up, an intense level of knowledge from where you started. Knowing the key differences will totally help you be able to smoothly and swiftly go through the process of attaining your master's degree. Obviously, the first thing is the difference in names. Master's, bachelor's degree. In a master's program, there is a lot of pressure and intensity coming from your lecturers and the system and the program itself, just because the level of the master's program requires you to work harder than your undergraduate program. There's obviously going to be a mysterious shift between your study patterns that you had during your bachelor's degree and your master's program. The joys about doing a master's is that you can do it at any time and any stage in your life where you feel you're ready to do your master's. So be prepared to be learning with people who are not normally your same age group, people who are slightly older than you, but that's okay. That's the joys of a master's program. It's very diverse in terms of the background of the people and the age of the people in your class. In most cases, especially if you're taking a master's program that is directly linked to your bachelor program, you will not be taking any core courses that you may have taken during your undergrad program because you already have that basic knowledge, right? So for your master's program, you're just going to be working at a higher level and at a higher step where you'll be acquiring more intensified research methods type of information about a particular specialization. Oh my gosh, your lecturers are going to treat you very differently, so expect your lecturers to give you a lot of leeway and room to do your own thing within your own space, but in line with the guidelines that they would have given you. You're also going to find yourself with a lot of free time, which is very funny because coming from a bachelor's degree is very intense. You're almost always in class, unless of course you're working, of which in most cases when you do your master's you are working, so you will be working whilst doing your master's, but generally in terms of being in class you have a lot of free time. So the level of expertise that is expected of you is at a higher level. You're expected to research on a particular topic. Firstly, you identify a topic. You're going to find information about it, research about it, interview people, or Google it, or find other articles and other people who wrote about that specific thing that you're trying to prove. So the level of information you need to find is at a higher level, and most master's programs which have a thesis are preparing you for a PhD program in the event that you do want to do your PhD. So that is the type of information you're required to find. Master's programs are generally shorter than bachelor degree programs, so you most probably do a master's program for a year to 2 years, and undergrad programs are normally 3 to 4 years, so the time is definitely shorter. However, master's programs are more expensive than bachelor programs in most cases, so you will find yourself in a situation where you are paying more money than you would have been paying for 1 year during your bachelor's degree. But the good thing about that is that it's for a short period of time, so it may be expensive, but it's just like for a year or 2 years. The learning experience is absolutely different. You meet with so many different people from different backgrounds, people who did tourism, people who did international relations, people who did business, people who did banking and finance, all in one classroom. Especially if you're going to be taking the class of research methods, you will find a lot of people from different faculties in one class learning a key and most important course that will be beneficial for everybody who will be taking their master's program. you will have more contact with your academic staff and your academic administration, because for master's level there's a lot of one-on-one that is needed for you to be able to fulfill certain requirements. So you may find yourself spending a lot of time with your lecturers just so that you guys are on the same page, especially when you're working on your thesis program. Assessment for undergrad was obviously different. Master's level assessments are different. Lecturers are looking for different things and you're expected to do things differently. It's just like coming from O level to A level, from A level to universities. There's a certain level of writing technique that is expected of you, certain level of referencing that is expected of you, certain level of argumentation and bringing your case forward that is expected of you, that is not of a bachelor level. So as I said again, you will need to discuss with your lecturer on a one-on-one to get the right thing or what they're expecting of you at the end of the day. Before, in your undergrad program, you're probably writing essays or theses or dissertations that were like 10,000 words, 8,000 words, depending with your university. But I mean, it's a lot, but it's not as much. As your master's program, you're probably going to do a thesis that is based on 30,000 words, and that is a lot of words. So you need to do thorough research. You need to get your English in point, and you need, like, yo sis, yo bro, you need to get your act in order for you to be assessed as passing or passed your thesis, because the thesis is the most important part. But there are like professional programs, and then like postgraduate certificates, postgraduate professional programs. It's like a master's, but you don't do like a thesis. So it's like more for like a professional way where it's course based and not based on research. Most times people who take masters that's based on research are most likely going to do their PhD. But some working environments in some countries, if you're going to get a job, they want you to have done a master's with a thesis. So it's got nothing to do with are you going to do a PhD or not. It's just the requirement of the country. So you need to get that information in check before you decide to do a course-based master's program or a thesis-based master's program. There's so much more emphasis on your research skills rather than answering what is 1 + 1. In your bachelor degree, there was a lot more emphasis on, do you know the knowledge? Do you know how to memorize a history paper? Do you know how to answer these questions and stuff? For master's program, it's more about you have learned all this information during your bachelor's degree, or if you're taking a master's program in a different program than your bachelor's degree, they're expecting you to be able to utilize that information within your research, within your essays. It's not about can you answer when did World War II finish, but that information you have about World War II, can you apply it into defending or arguing your point very clearly and adequately? The learning styles differ. Some lecturers will come into the room and speak 2-3 words and you're supposed to do all the work. Some lecturers will come through and every single lecture they will be teaching you and sharing with you information and expecting you to read as well. Some lecturers will be teaching you once a week or once a month. You meet once a month, but throughout the whole month you should be reading materials. The learning styles are very different. It just depends with your lecturer or the school that you have applied to, what type of technique they're using. But in most cases, you will do a lot of work by yourself. There are longer academic years. So for your undergrad, let's say your semester started in January and ended in June because of summer break, and then you're on summer break June, July, August, mid-September school starts until January, right? For master's program, if it's going to be a 1-year program, you're not going to have much of a summer break. You are going to be learning throughout the whole year, so the academic year is actually longer than when you're doing your bachelor degree. Your lecturers will probably give you a lot of preparatory reading lists beforehand. So before you get to class, your lecturer is expecting you to have read multiple articles, multiple papers, you know, analyzing them, coming up with your own opinion or strategies and stuff. There's a lot of pre-hand work that you need to do before you actually get to class. We did speak about specialization, and your thesis or your dissertation will be specializing onto a particular topic that you would have selected for yourself. So you have to literally narrow it down. If you're going to be looking at problems faced by the girl child, right, you're going to look at, okay, the topic is problem faced by the girl child in a specific region. So let's say you're going to focus it on Zimbabwe. Now you need to go in Zimbabwe to a specific place in Zimbabwe. So then if you say, I'm going to look at Harare, then you need to be specific as to where exactly in Harare you're looking at. Where are these girls? It is so focused. Like, you have to narrow it down to like pinpoint and be like, this is it. This is, it's no longer as as generalized or as open as you could have had during your bachelor degree program. So basically, you should be able to identify and assess material, evaluate existing scholarship and information that's already there, and come up with a new contribution to that particular topic. So literally, you need to think outside of the box to find something that is similar but unique to you and unique to your study and unique to your thesis. You have to have amazing research skills in order to be as effective as possible within the period that you're studying your master's program and doing your dissertation or thesis or your essays. Your analytical skills need to be like on 100 basically. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching my YouTube videos. This is what I wanted to share. I was having a discussion with my cousin and I just thought this was an interesting topic because she was also asking me about so what's the difference between a master's and an undergrad? Is it really necessary? And you know, in this day and age, master's is actually like the new undergrad, you know. It's like the new limits or the new baseline for most places. In the event that you want to apply for jobs and stuff, most people are looking for master's programs. And of course, if you're taking a degree in international relations per se, you probably need to do your master's degree, as I said in one of my other videos that I will link up here. So yeah guys, thank you so much for watching. Remember to like, subscribe and comment, and I'll see you in my next upload. Bye. God bless.